Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 GMC Canyon. This is the Elevation. It's a crew cab with four-wheel drive. It's finished off in Rapids Metallic, and the MSRP is just over $42,000. So for more of this base trim level for the GMC, this has a good bit to offer. And we'll start off with what this is powered by, which is the 2.7 liter Turbo Max inline four-cylinder. This is paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. It'll do 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. This is also capable of towing up to 7,700 pounds. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, you'll notice GMC is very large within the grille. There's also gloss black, a lot of square shapes within that grille too. Now, this also has LEDs for the lighting, and you'll notice the separated housing, where the DRL and turn signal actually goes into both of these housings. Headlights and high beams are in that lower section. There's also some tow hooks down below and that high clearance design for the front bumper to give this a better approach angle. There's also really nice lines that come down the hood. And with this Elevation, this has a factory 2-inch lift. So ground clearance is right around 9.6 inches. Now this has gloss black wheels. There's also plastic for the fender arches along with the GMC reflectors there. You'll notice the Elevation badge in the lower section of the door. There's also gloss black for the mirror caps. No sunroof for this model, but like I mentioned, this is the crew cab, so it has the full 4 doors and then the short bed on the back. Now this also has somewhat of a high clearance design for the exhaust, tucked up nicely under the bumper, where you'll notice there's a step, so that makes it easier to enter and exit if you need to use it. You'll notice all of the badging in the back, the factory hitch. There's parking sensors as well with the backup camera. Now this does not have the soft open tailgate, but you'll notice it does have some of the protection for the tailgate itself. I believe a spray and bed liner is an option. This has a lot of tie-down hooks where you can safely secure items. There's also a ruler at the edge of the tailgate. And it's pretty lightweight. You'll notice too, you do have a grab handle up top, so that way you can use both of these to easily enter and exit. Now, as we move on to the interior, this has some nice soft touch materials. You'll notice a little bit of storage down below, and then cloth for the interior with the seats. Now, you can also fold down the headrest, so if you don't have passengers, that gives you a little bit better visibility. And then you do need 2 hands to fold up the bottoms of the seat. Where you have a little bit of storage, you can place items as needed. There's no storage behind the seat, so it's nice that you do have that for this smaller truck. Now, you do have a storage pocket on the passenger side. There's cup holders, an area you can place your phone, 1 auxiliary with some vents, and at 5'10", I have about 2 inches of headroom. So for a mid-sized truck, this is about what you would expect. I could ride around town. You might be able to fit a car seat depending on how you have the front seats, but it is small if you're not looking for a big truck. You can make it work for sure. There's lock and unlock, window controls, side mirror adjustments, and then a little bit of storage. And then this does have manual adjusting front seats with the height adjustment, your recline, incline, and moving them forwards and back. Now this also gets a leather trim steering wheel, and it does have push button start. It does not have remote start, however, so the key fob just has lock and unlock. Now with the steering wheel, on the back side, there's volume and tuning controls, and then on the left side, cruise control settings where this does have distance pacing. On the right side, you'll notice voice commands. There's also a shortcut to music, and this lower section here allows you to go through all of the separated screens. So you can pull up several screens here depending on what you would like to see. Now they're not configurable, but it's nice that you can at least go through them. You can pull up your map and navigation here in full view and a few others here. Again, depending on what you need to see for the day and what is going to work for you. Now there's only 1 stalk behind the steering wheel. This is for the turn signal along with the wiper blades. This has the trailer braking system, a dimmer switch for the gauges. There's 1 air vent. And then with the infotainment system, you have a lot to go through. Starting on the upper left, you can get into some of the controls here, and this is how you also get into your headlights. So you can put them on auto and not really worry about them, but if you need to get into them, you have to go within the screen. You have a few other here that you can monitor as well. And then you can also get into your phone and pair that. There's the map and navigation, music. There's also a split view, so that way you can pull up multiple information and customize that. And then there's several icons to get into as well. If you go into off-road, you can actually pull up a good bit of information with the 3 different pages. So you can view all of this depending on what you need to see while you are going on some adventures. So pretty neat to see that. And then you have the rest of the icons here to go through as needed. Now there's volume, fan speed, temperature on the right, where you'd like the air to go, some defrosters, on, off, and AC. You get vents underneath that, and then you can actually put all 4 windows down with the push of 1 button. You cannot put all 4 back up, but it's nice on a hot day, you can at least put all of them down. This has engine start stop, there's hazards, lane keeping assist, and then you have power for some of the auxiliary switches. There's storage down below with 2 auxiliaries, and then this only has the backup camera, but you have a few different angles here depending on what you need to see. And then there's also the low range gear where that allows you to use plus and minus. Definitely helpful towing or off-roading. Now this also has some off-roading settings and different drive modes. And within some of these, it will automatically change the 4-wheel drive system depending on the mode. Of course, you can put it from a 2-wheel drive to 4-wheel drive. There's also auto as well. And then there's the e-brake. You get cup holders with storage. There's more storage in the armrest, along within the glove box. And then the rear view, dome lights, and some of the safety controls from GMC. And then here's a look at visibility, where it is a small truck, but you have glass everywhere. So it definitely gives you a great view all around. Now there's only one on-road driving mode, which is normal, so there's no sport mode or anything, but with it in the low range gear from 2nd gear, we'll give it a minor acceleration. Now it's somewhat responsive. You are not really going to be using that on a daily basis. This is mainly for towing, for going off-road. If you need to hold a gear for those situations to get your momentum, or you just don't want it to shift if you have some weight on the back of it. So for normal day-to-day driving, you could use it, but that's not really its main focus. Now this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the GMC Canyon. With this Elevation 2, you do have the adjustable steering wheel. It only, however, goes up and down, so it does not telescope, which is interesting to see, but you do have that adjustment if you need it. And at 5'10" up front, I have about 3 or 4 inches of headroom, and that is not with the seat all the way down. So you could be taller than me and still fit comfortably in this mid-sized truck. Your backseat passengers with legroom might be a little bit tight depending on how tall you are, but if you're not using the back seats all that often, this is a great truck. With my needs, I have a mid-sized truck like I mentioned. I don't need a full-size truck right now. So I know a lot of people comment about the price of mid-size trucks and how expensive they are when you could get into a full-size truck, maybe a used full-size truck around this price point. It just depends on your needs. I have no need to jump up to a full-size. So for me and the mid-size truck I have, this is perfect. Yes, it is small, but I don't have a lot of people in my truck often. And if I do have people in the back seat, it's really not for a long road trip or anything. It's around town and it's doable for point A to point B situation. So this is a perfect truck if you're not looking for a big truck. It's a lot easier to park and it's still very capable for towing, using the bed, and just being able to drive this and use it as a truck. So it just depends on your needs and what you're looking for. It's a good amount of space. And if you're fine with just a basic truck, you have a lot of nice options, a really nice interior too, and layout for this truck. So if you don't need all those fancy bells and whistles, you have everything laid out very nicely. You can pair your phone, go through your climates, and that's basically it. So it's a nice layout if you need the practicalities, but you're not looking for that AT4, AT4X, you know, with all the bells and whistles and something that can go off-road and have some more functions with the lockers and things like that. This is definitely a great option to go with. So that's going to wrap it up for the 2026 GMC Canyon Elevation. Once again, huge shout out to Randy Marion GMC. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.